Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, everyone. Um, Trying to check out see if the stream is actually working good. So the stream is good on other platform, but I think it's not good on LinkedIn. Okay, guys. Welcome back to a new episode. Which is episode 42. We are still on a mental health app. We are looking forward to completing the this section, which is basically the articles section. So what we'll be doing today is basically adding comments to the articles that have been written by the psychologists, and then we can actually answer other people's comment by clicking over here to add our own comment to this other people's comment as a sub comment right here. So those are the stuff we'll be completing today, and looking forward to doing other stuff if we're able to finish it on time before we could have actually hope on to start coding on and doing other stuff. I just want to let you guys I've been doing videos on React Native, and if you are with me on the React Native video, you would have noticed that what this app here is actually doing is actually showing up here. So there's a video from this a project from our React Native stream, and if you didn't watch it, you could actually go back and take a look at what we did on that stream and how we were able to do a lot of stuff in React Native, whereby we added a splash screen, custom splash screen, and we added animations in React Native, and we also added low T animation. So this is basically a low T animation. We won't be going further too much into the discussion about that app. But if you want to know more, just head over to one of my videos over there, the streams, and take a look at what we did. I'm going to minimize this right now. With that being said, so here is the app. Yesterday we cannot the last was it yesterday? Okay, the last stream we did, we cannot have stopped somewhere here. We're going to be continuing that right now. So basically, I'll hop into the code. So here's our code. Head over to um, articles controller. So here's our articles controller. And once in a way whereby you can actually tap on this and submit a poem and a comment that will be added right here. So if I head over to this comments controller we have, we are going to create a function. So we're going to create a function right below here, going to be a void, and we're going to call that function to say add comments. So yeah, so this add comments, and we already have something called selected article already here. We have this add comments. So selected articles dot value. So there we go. Selected article dot value, and yeah, we are adding a comments right here. And also what we want to do is to be able to list the comment that we added. Let's see. So just okay, yeah, we have a Firebase. So we have a Firebase database right here, and we are adding the collection part, we're going to the articles collection part at documents. So it's saying selected article.value.id is an ID. So it says property ID can be a conditional access. So this. So a document that has this selected article.id, and we have to update the comments. So the comments, which is basically an array, because if you look over here, you could actually see that the comment is an array. So here we go. Now the sub comments. Yeah, so the comment is actually an array. So what we want to do is to update that particular comments that we're actually trying to, yeah. So if we head over here, so we can update the comment like this. So if you do this, this will actually replace the whole comment we have at the moment and replace it with this one. So what we actually want to do is to use what we call field value. So there's a property called field value, but a field value dot array union. So array union, then we add this particular comment in there. Selected article dot value. So why is it showing an error? So it's gonna telling us that the arguments of type list dynamic, which is optional, can be assigned to this type dynamic. Okay. Yeah, I see. So basically, this is actually the person for a dynamic. So we need to actually create a comment. So our comment should actually look like this. So it looks like what we have here. So each comment has an author and ID, author ID and date, and also picture and sub comments, and also rest of other stuff that we have right here. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to create a comment object on top of it. So I'm the one adding a comment. So I actually get a user like me, so I can actually get hold of the user, which is currently me at the moment. So what I could actually do is come on, head over to auth to our auth folder. So these are auth folder, and I'm going to go ahead to application right here. And inside authentication folder, we are having this variable called firestore user, which should actually be me right here. And if you look at that user, it has UID, email address, name, and photo URL. So let's go back. So I'm going to import auth controller. So there we go. So auth controller is going to be a final. And I'm going to say auth controller find. Go ahead and import this. And I can make use of this. And right below here, I'm going to say final comment is equals to dynamic, and not actually going to look like this, but we're going to change a lot of stuff. First thing we are going to add, like I said, first thing we are going to add is going to be the author, which is the name of the commenter, someone that's trying to add a comment. That's basically author, and that's going to be coming from auth controller the user let's go back. So this is Firestore user, so we're not looking for that. We are targeting Firestore user, this one. So this is the one we are trying to get rid of, which has a user more there. And I could actually do that. We should actually do that by removing from this side and replacing everything in there with this Firestore user dot value dot name. So yeah, dot value dot name. Or we could actually say if this is null, go back and add that. So if it's null, go ahead and add an empty string, and also user ID like what we have here. Or we could actually say if it's unknown, so say unknown, so unknown user, and then user ID. The user ID should basically is that called user ID? So that's called author ID. So copy that. So we could have misspell it. So author ID, and over here is the, oh come on, what did we do? So author underscore ID, that should be coming from Firestore user dot value and unconditionally call the ID part of it. Let's say the UID, there we go, and the name. So the name property is called, do we have, no, we already add, we don't have name. So dates, so for the dates we should just say actually say date, not username. So dates, and go ahead and remove this. And for the dates, remember our date formatter class time, so we're going to use this whereby we're going to format the date time in this way. So we have month, day, because over here we have in this format month, day, and then what else, the year. So let's see. So static string, going to return a string here. So we call that format date, so that should say format comment date, format comment date, and that's just going to require, again date time, just like that, and we're going to format that so like this. And we have something like year, and then format this and then return the list to us, and save that, and we're going to copy this to actually make use of that. Copy time formatter, head over to our controller, and I'm going to say time formatter, import this dot format comment date, and we are going to pass in date dot now to it, so basically get hold of the particular date when this was actually submitted. And then the user profile, that should be called, let's see what it's actually called here. It's called picture. So picture, yeah, that's called picture. So let's see if that's the actual spelling we have here. Picture, yeah, there we go. go ahead and replace whatever we have. Copy this, replace whatever we have here with it. So go like this, slash picture. So meaning there's nothing like picture. So photo URL, and that will not be null. So since that will not be null, or that might be actually be null, and just if it's null, just go ahead and pass in an empty string. Okay, there we go. And also we just finished that up. Let's see what else we need to do now. So we added author ID, date, and picture. If you head over here, that's what we have: author ID, date, picture, and there's another property called subcomment and then text. We are going to set it subcomment. We'll just say subcomments should actually be empty at the moment. Yeah, subcomments. And next we have is what we call test, and that should be the comment, which is the string we are passing here. And there we go. Okay, we're having an issue right now. So yeah, pass that as comment, and db comment, we are going to pass it in here. Db comment. I think that's it. We're good to go. So let's go and try this out. And before we try anything out, we actually have to wrap our articles detail screen, wrap it with OBS so it could actually be observed and then rebuilt whenever we add new comments to it. And that should be at the article where we are listing the articles. And let's see. So we could actually wrap this with observable, or we could just basically wrap every single thing here. We should start from, see where they started. So we have column. So for the column path, and grab the whole column. Yeah, so let's look for that column that has the whole thing. So this is it. We could just copy that out. So there we go. Just get over this, copy that. And once that's copied out, and we're going to replace that with do I call it now? I'm going to say obx. So obx can have a builder, and in I'm going to go ahead and return basically what we just copied out. Yeah, I think that's it. Go ahead and save that, and there will nothing is changed, and we won't have any errors. But because the reason why we are adding OBS, because this comment will be updated whenever someone submits a comment. And so let's try that out. So right now, if you tap on let me see. Okay, so this way we should, okay, the chat controller unchanged. You can actually do anything here when there's unchanged. Okay, and we can actually make this. Could we actually make it to be observable? Do we? Don't think so. Let me see what else we need to create. Okay, so when we have unplaced, so unplaced, we call that function that we created previously. Let's go ahead and delete this. Okay, so I'm going to say old controller dot add comments. So add comments. Okay, it's called add comments. Just copy that. We just added a function. It is staying for a comment. We say comments property, and the comment is going to be coming from do we actually need to pass in any comments here, since we're actually not getting the test from here, and we have a controller which we don't need. So we could actually create this function without any parameters like that, and in here we're going to remove any parameter from that function. So just basically call that comment property. I'm going to wrap everything inside an if statement. So you're going to say if comment controller dot test is not empty. So if it's not basically empty, so you could actually go ahead and run the functions that we just copied, delete this, and paste what I just copied over, and I'll format this. And this comment will just be coming from controller dot it's not entry, so basically controller dot test. And next will be also to use it here. I think that's it. That's all we need. Go ahead and save that. So let's run this and try adding comments right now. So let's go ahead over here, tap on this. So what comment do we want to add here? So you could just say so go ahead and tap on this. So there's something we need to fix. So whenever we tap on this, we should actually clear this out. And we could actually do that by saying when this is actually submitted, when the whole thing is actually submitted, we should actually call this just say if okay add comments, and once that is added in here, then we could actually go over here and call comments controller dot clear, and let's try tapping on that. Tap on this, so you see the comment section is cleared. We should be able to send that submit a comment, but I think that we're having an issue right now. So we have actually having an error right now, and we could actually figure out where this is coming from. So let's check our back end first and actually make sure that this comment is actually submitted. Okay, so there we go. So date August 10, year is not actually added, so it's actually giving us that y stuff, and that's not what we're looking for. Author ID is actually empty. And sub comment is actually empty like we want. So the comment, this is the comment that says let's see again. So let's see where this, so there's a whole lot of stuff we need to fix here. So there's something causing an error here. This is empty, this is empty, and this is not formatting the way we want it to format. Let's see. Okay. Comments, which says author, and we're setting the author to be okay. Yeah, author. Something here. Okay, we are setting it to be the name of the author which is submitted. Was it what else is causing the error? No. Let's see. So we head over to articles. And in here, right in here. Come on, this is kind of confusing at the moment. So selected article dot value dot comments dot add. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, I see. So selected articles dot comments, which is an array dot add controller dot test. So I think that's what is causing this issue right now. And it couldn't actually get hold of what this is actually about. I think what we could do is to move this down here and add this db comment to inside here. I think that will make more sense. And then say below here, then we could just pass in db comments instead. Gotta save this. So after saving this, I'm going to restart it one more again. Do I need to restart it? So let's go ahead and tap on this comment on this article. It's showing an error. I don't know where that's coming from. So let's start this and see where that error is coming from. Okay, so let's scroll up. Okay, I see where I know I kind of notice where the error will be coming from, because the network image is requesting for a network URL, yeah, I guess, and it's getting an empty string. So I don't blame it. I'm the one causing the issue. So let's see why we are not able to get hold of the author URL, because we should be able to get the author URL. Because right here, if you head over here and you could see that um this does not actually have picture string right there. That's what is causing the error that I was talking about. So this picture format picture auth controller first or the value of photo URL should actually return a photo to us, but it's not returning a photo to us. I don't know why that is happening. Because I, being the current user that is using the app, I have a current picture that actually uploaded, which I could actually say let me see. So user, so if this user, if I tap here and image, let's close this conversation. Okay. So I see. So this is basically the user here, which is me. And you could actually see that the user doesn't have any image. We already have a name. I think that's the issue. So that's why it's giving us empty URL there. So how to fix that? Because we haven't created a user dashboard yet to be able to for the user to be able to actually upload their pictures and all that stuff. And the next stuff is that when we finish building the user dashboard, we should actually limit the users to be able to complete their dashboard before they could be able to post an image. Or what we could do is to use so if not to actually stress the user, so maybe most of them will actually run away from our app because we are actually requesting them to give us an image of them, where most of them doesn't want to provide their images. So what we could actually use is to use a placeholder. So let's check for placeholder images. Okay, placeholder.com. Okay, placeholder images out. And we could actually make use of this platform and set a placeholder image for our app. And let's see how to use this. Yeah, we can actually use placeholder 300.png ff. I think that should mean white color. I think placeholder.com/150. So I'm trying to see which one will make sense for us to use. Do we need a color? I don't think so. Let's actually use this because of this. or we could actually try placeholder avatar. So let's kind of like think right here, see what will make sense for our app. So we don't want to use stock images. um Try placeholder avatar. So placeholder. What this returns to us. And no, we don't want someone's image, because that will look somehow. um we could actually say, maybe in our app we could say, um if there's no placeholder, if there's no image string, if the string is empty, we could actually replace the user image with an avatar in our app. Maybe that will make sense instead of using this placeholder URL that we have here. I think that will actually make more sense. So in that case, what we could do is to find a single PNG for a placeholder and download. um so I'm trying to see which one we could actually download. Not this. We actually make use of this one, and let's go ahead and download this. So save image as um avatar at the download folder. Now head over there. So I'm going to pause this, stop the app from running at the moment, so, until we be able to fix everything. And I'm going to head over to my finder, go to download. So it's already here. I'm going to drag that to the image folder that we have here. There's our image folder. I'm going to drag that. Where is it? And stop it there, right there. So there we go. And it's called avatar. Delete this and head over to the comments. So I have these article comments. Head over to the main screen of it. Go to definition. Yeah, that should be it. And in here, so here is where we are requesting for the network image. So basically, we could actually do the same here and say if image URL is empty. If it's empty, it's true. It's not empty. If it's not empty, go ahead and show this. But if it's empty, if it's true, if it's false, go ahead and return return image dot asset, and we're going to add that to our brand images. So inside, I'm going to look for our brand images in our core folder. So where we're adding brand images, and in there, I'm going to say so image placeholders. So I'm going to add that in there. So that's going to basically say avatar.png, and I could just complete the whole stuff. Yeah, so that's complete assets / images. Then get hold of that. So I'm going to use placeholders, this class, and head over here, and then paste the class. So go ahead and import the class before you could use it. Then tab, then use k psychology placeholder 2, and it's going to have the whole properties right here. So height, width, all those stuff. Copy that and add a comma. And once we add a comma, so under, add that. Go ahead and save that. So go ahead and save that. I think that makes sense now. So we're going to use this, but let's go ahead and delete the user in our database. So move back here. So this is the user. No, we are not actually deleting our user, guys. So we are actually deleting the comment that we added in this particular article, because that would be a disaster if we go ahead and delete our user. And I'm going to close this. So this is the one we are going to delete. So we're going to delete this particular comment, delete this. So the 5th comment is actually deleted, and we could actually test this again and make sure that we are not having any issues. I'm going to go ahead and say so let's run our app. Oh, this is actually running on my phone, so we don't need this to run on my phone. I just noticed that right now. And I'm going to replace that to actually run on our simulator. I don't know why it's always skipping that and goes to run on my phone. So I'm going to run it again. So right now it will be running on the simulator, which is iPhone 13 Pro Max. This. There we go. So head over here, remove this, and go to the article section again. Let's try and see if we are going to get any error. Tap on this, and it's working. If you could scroll down, and here is articles. So let's try adding a new article like we did before. And I'm going to go ahead and say I feel the same too. So tap on send, and we'll close this, then scroll down. Thank you. So yeah, we finally was able to add a comment right here. You could see we have Kevin, which is me, and the comment we added, which is saying I feel the same. But if you look here, you see that we are having an issue. So the August 10 YYY, so that's not actually what we want. We want to have a pure year there. So this should actually say August 10 2022 and not YYYY. So I don't know what that actually means by YYY, but we have to replace that to say 2022, like I said. And again, if you look at the back end we have, so here's our back end, And right now, if you look at the back end, you see we don't have the author ID, which is actually strange. We should actually be able to have the author ID added here. And next one is, like I said, the picture one is understandable. There's a reason why we are not having the picture for the author. But the ID is not understandable, so we need to fix that error too, and then fix this error we're having here. So which one should we actually fix first? So let's fix the auto ID and test that out before doing any other stuff. So I'm going to close this, head over to articles controller, and inside our article controller, so here's our author ID, which we couldn't actually get access to. I don't know why, for some reasons, but that's the way we could actually solve that issue. One way to do that is to get hold of, where is that? So get hold of let me see guys, let's see, Firebase user. So Firebase user should be me as the current user. I can actually get hold of that and then tap into, I think it has a property called ID. Let's try that out. So dot, no, not this, not this. So Firebase user should actually have an ID, so I'm pretty sure of that. So that's what we'll be using, Firebase user, for our ID. That won't disappoint us. So if you head over here, scroll down, and this place we are adding an author ID, which is the current user that is using the app. Excuse me guys, let me just reply someone. So back again, so go ahead and delete this. I'm going to say auth, yeah, auth controller, not unknown. That should be, this with Firebase user dot value dot UID. So that's coming from Firebase user, and remove this. We don't need that. Save that, and let's go again and try submitting another comment and test that out. So I'm going to go ahead, tap on this, add a new comment. I'm going to say, what do you think? Then with a, yeah, question mark, and I can actually add emoji to it. I think we can. Yeah, so add an emoji, head back, and then submit this. So that's actually submitted, and we could actually see that by scrolling down. Nice. So you could see Kevin, what do you think? So that was the comment we added right now. And if you head over to the back end and check for that comment, that should be number 6, and you could see it's working now. So we could actually get hold of the author ID. So the author ID is being provided, which is basically me, which is the current the user that is operating the app. And then the next one is to fix the date property. Like I said, this shouldn't be YYY, that should actually be actual dates. And head over to our date utility function, which is the function right here that's helping us to add a date. But that's not something we need to research about. So this package called international intel that help us to actually format date based on the user local, or basically saying user location. And so you go head over to pub.dev. So instead of pub.dev, I'm going to tap in. And there is a package, and going into the package, I'm going to basically go and settle. Let's go through it. Could actually format, okay, yay mode day. Not what we're looking for. Not what we're looking for. Format now. Not what we're looking for. Not this. And not this too. Come on. let's see. Yeah, should be okay. We have Wednesday, January 10, 2022. Not really that. Let me see. Y should actually give us year. So year month Y, okay, just single Y should be enough. So that's what I'm saying. One single Y. We are okay. We are doing it here by adding four Y's. So I could just say Y. So let's go back. Try this again. Submit a new comment. Um, say help me add emoji, and then submit that, and then scroll down. I could see that help me please, and now we are getting it in the real format that we want. So it's saying August 10 2022, which is working. So that's basically the format that we want this to be displayed at. And if you head over to the back end, which we have here, so here in our back end, and you could see we have the seventh message that says so it says, what's it saying? Okay, yeah, author name, author ID, date, picture, sub comment. So sub comment is empty, and you can see that the text is saying help me please. And yeah, that's it for adding the comment. But right now we want to be able to add sub comments to the comments we have, and then display the sub comments also. So let's see. So how do we tackle this right now? So one thing away that whenever someone tap on this sub answer, he or she could be able to add a sub comment to that particular comment that he or she tapped on. And to do that, what we could do is to say head over here in our app and head over to the article details screen, and I'm going to do something. We're going to do something somewhere here. So right here where we have these alignments, I'm going to create another container that's going to be showing up here, and I'm going to say so I'm going to say that should be container. So container, have a comma, and in there we're going to have a child property. We don't need the child property for now. Let me just add a dummy container. So the width should be, let's say, 200.0, and the height basically say 40.0. Come on, what did we do? So have height, and that should be say 40.0, comma, and then we have the color property. It's going to use colors dot amber for now. Save that, and you can see that showing up here. That's not what we want, so we are going to wrap this with alignments. So I'm going to say align, tap into the alignment property. I'm going to say alignment not this, not align transition, but say alignment dot bottom center, and that will basically be somewhere hidden right here that we can see. Make it 9, make it 130. So we made it 130, so you can actually be able to see it here. And then okay, so yeah, there we go. So 130, and we'll actually, let's make the width to be actually the same. So it's a width, width poly.width, so it expands to the end of the screen. And right there, we are going to use for the color property, I'm going to be using the same background color for it, but for now we're going to keep it to this color. Let's comment this out here. And next thing we need to do is to, when you tap on this, we want to get hold of the name of that particular comment that was tapped on, and then the comment, the name of the author of that comment, and then the comment itself, and then I have a button that says cancel right here. And so inside there, I'm going to add a child property, and inside the child property, I'm going to have a row widget. And inside the row widget, I'm going to have a children property, and in there we're going to say the first one is going to be a test. I'm going to leave it this way for now. So I'm going to say, I'm going to add code something here by saying Kelvin, no, call that Kelvin. Go ahead and save that. Let's see, plus axis, element dot start, main axis, main axis, main axis alignment dot start. So we can actually see the test showing over here, and that's good. And next we could do is to actually so we have this Kelvin property, and we are, what am I even doing? Yeah, so we said it's 17. Reduce this to about 14 pixels for the test, and I'm going to add a padding property here, age insect dot only. So I'm going to say top into the 20.0. Okay, that's too much. 10. Okay, I think that's okay. And then from the left, let's say there about 20.0. Okay, I think that's okay. I'm going to add at the back, so that should say at Kelvin. So I'm applying at Kelvin. Then so I'm going to make use of Facebook. So I'm getting inspiration from Facebook itself. So that's why I'm getting the inspiration for that reply comment. So let's say Facebook reply comments. So right here, Facebook reply comment, I'm going to get over to the image, and let's see how that works. You can actually see that, yeah. Not this one. So there's new one they did. So you can actually have the name of the user shown at the top. Okay, let me just open that on my phone and view that. I could actually open it on the laptop. Let me send it over to the laptop from my phone. So I'm sending over the picture. Just why is it taking so much time? For some reason it's not actually sending over. I don't know why. Okay, I'm going to show it on the stream here. I don't know if you guys are going to see this. So this is basically what we're trying to view add. So you can see the comment showing on the top there when you're trying to reply someone's comment. So that's basically the inspiration that we're going to take and the design that we're going to implement right now, because I'm trying to send the picture over to my laptop, but for some reason it's not sending. But that won't stop us. So let's go back to our code and start implementing this. And see, let me see. So we have this at Kevin, and after that, so we could actually have a test that's saying at the back. So a test here that will be saying something like replying. Okay, I should have another test. Copy this. Top of it, yeah. Add that. This should be a caption test that will say basically replying. replying, so replying to. Okay, here we go. So it says replying to Kevin, but we need to change the color. We're going to say color, and that will be coming from app color dot unselected. Oh yeah, so the color will be different. So it's saying replying to at which is me, and then I'm going to have a dots, maybe something that kind of shows the reply, or I'll just leave it that way. Then where I'm going to add a button that's kind of like help us to cancel out. So in here I'm going to call that test button. Go ahead and use test button. For the unblessed, we're going to add a dummy callback function at the moment, and for the child property is going to be a test. Okay, I think that doesn't fit in well. I'm going to remove the test button and then have the test show up, but that's going to be a space. So there's going to be a space between it, as the test is just going to say cancel. That's all. And the color will be the same with this one here. So I'm going to copy this color over, add that right here. So there we go. You can see the cancel button, and it's going to have a dot. What did I do? Just have that cancel statement, and then we have a size box with a comma, then the width to give it a space 20.0, and I will push that a bit right here. I could actually push it to the end, whereby okay, that would make sense. So to push it to the end, I'm going to use spacer. So I will basically push it to the end, but I will need to give it a space from the front. I'm going to say right, padding from the right. I'm going to say 20.0. Okay, there we go. And once someone tap on that, what we want to do is to close this off and do some other logic there. So wrap that with gesture detector. I think there we go. That's all. So basically, most of these have coded tests. We're going to remove them. Let's start from this one. I'm going to copy that out and then head over to our custom test folder where we're adding the test, our coded test, the custom test. So article details test 6 should be that replying to, and the next one article test 7 should basically say cancel. I think that's all. And we could basically make use of those. Head over to our article details screen. So for this, press the custom test article details 6. Still there. See. Okay, and then in here, replace this with the same stuff. Article test 7, so it doesn't change, it's still the same. And then this one will be changed. So I'm going to create a variable here called comment to reply to. Gonna be rx. So I'm going to call that rx type. So the type is going to be article. Is it article or comment? So the comment to reply to. We get hold of the comments. I'm trying to see. The comments. So the comment to reply to, either we send over the index of that particular comment, right? And then from there we can get the rest. So that's going to be a string or basically an int, rx int. Say comment. So what are reply comments. So it will start at index 0 at the moment. So we want it to be at index 0. So at index 0, so this is empty. No, it shouldn't be at index 0. So I'm trying to see how we could actually make this much better and make sense. So this is what differentiates our comments. So actually this should be optional. So this should be optional. Since it's optional, it could actually be no. Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to see how we do this. Should we make it dynamic? If it's dynamic, it could be anything. Type of dynamic. Okay, if it's dynamic, then it should be no. Then we could actually pass in both number and index and other stuff to it. So that's called reply comment. And in here, you could actually have a function that does that gets called, and so you're going to say void set reply. Going to be a dynamic, that particular comment. I'm going to put it the index dynamic index. Basically what this function does, so this function helps us reach comment the user tapped we can keep okay, not typed, slash basically tapped on, and we can keep track of the comment that the user so tapped. That's basically what this function is doing. So you're going to say reply comments, which is which could actually be more, and we could just set it to index. And then when we say, we have another function called void cancel reply comment, and basically we're going to set that. So let's add a comment here so you can actually remember what this is doing. Say reset comments reset the value of which was the current to null. So set it to null. That's one. There we go. So if we just save this, and right now we can use both of these functions in our code. So head over here, we could use the first one, um so I'm going to say, okay, this one we basically cancel that particular stuff. I'm going to say on top. So on top, I'm going to say underscore comment controller, articles controller. So this we basically say cancel reply comment. That's all you has to say. And okay, and after that, so we can actually wrap the whole stuff in an obx observable. Copy that and use obx right here. In there, I'm going to say this and basically return this. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and save that. It's still there. Okay, that's going to throw an error. So because OBS needs some okay, so I'm going to say return if both article controller dot reply comment, which is dynamic, if it's not equals to null, go ahead and do this. But if it's equals to null, then go ahead and return an empty container, and that's all. And then this one here will basically be the index. So I'm going to say something like articles.comment. Before we do that, I'm going to head over here, say something like RX of type so this is going to be a string, basically the name of the article writer, string, so it can I'm going to call that so I'm going to call that reply comment author name. Okay, the next it will be an empty string. So basically go ahead and use this somewhere in here. Remove this and I'll replace that with okay. Okay, there we go. So this is actually canceling the whole stuff, but which one should actually trigger this to open up in the first place? And there should be this article comments here. So if you go inside there, right now we don't have any click function or gesture dictator where someone can tap on. If you look through the code, there's nothing like that. So we have to add that. So the thing we could do is to wrap the whole stuff. So wrap the whole row with a gesture dictator. Got that gesture dictator. And then on the on tap, and we're going to call void callback function, which we're going to add here. Let's say final void callback on tap. Add enough constructor right there, and the next is to use it here. I'm going to say on tap. Okay, I think we're good to go. Now there's going to show an error we need to fix here. We already know where the error is coming from, then let's do the fixing right here. To say on tap, and since this requires a function, this is a callback function, so in there I'm going to call host controller dot set so add comments. That should be it. Let's make sure that's basically what we are trying to call here. So the function is called set reply comment, and we have reply comment author is basically index. No, not what we're looking for. I'm going to say articles. So I have this article model. So articles, which is this. So selected article, that should be selected article. Okay, I see. So we're looking at selected article. Selected article dot value dot index. Okay, yeah, so there we go. We're gonna copy that and go over here and add that right somewhere here. So that should be the function we're going to be calling, and it's going to require something called index. And int. So we're going to pass in the current index. It should be var comment. Okay, now var comment. So we're using for in group articles. Okay, so there's something we need to shake out here. Trying to see if we can actually get hold of the index from for in group. So basically, okay, let's see. Okay, so we could actually basically go ahead and, but if we use for each for that and list the whole stuff, let's try this way. So these are for loop. Try doing something like for each should actually give us we get hold of the We could use actually the native for loop. Okay, do something like this. Okay, I is less than this, plus plus, and then we can actually get hold of the index, which is this way. Yeah, I think that makes sense and makes the work easier for us. So if you, okay, what just happened? Let's restart this. Go to articles and then tap on any of these. Oh, okay, I see. So we are actually the one causing the whole error. So our code, so what we should do is basically say articles, the comments are this index, so it's not dot author, because that's basically a map, or in JavaScript we call it JSON. So you access a JSON this way or a map this way. And then the picture one, so this is how we access the picture part of it. Replace this code with this, and the test, copy this, still replace the code for the test with this, and then for the dates we do the same, copy that, and we replace the dates with this, and then for the sub comments we do the same, just copy this and then do the same for the sub comment like this. Last but not the least, since there is that none, okay, if you save that, yeah, the errors will go away and we're still getting our comments showing up here. Right now we can actually, when we tap on this, we can actually see set reply comment and all those stuff. But we want this to show up, like I said, this should only show up when so this should show up when there's actually something that has been selected, which is actually not we are not actually doing right now. And where do we do that? So that should be somewhere right here where we're using OBX. So we're using OBX here. I will say articles or reply comment. If it's not equals to no, it's true. Show this. Um, let's consider the reply comment which we have shown up on the top of here. So I've been no. See, come on. So this shouldn't be showing up at all. This shouldn't be showing up here. Looks like we are making a mistake somewhere in our code, since this is actually showing up to us. We could fix that up by just saying C, so say return. So we say if this is equals to null, So we have to move this out and wrap everything with alignment again. I think that's what we have to do right now. So basically, let's get ahead and do that. So I'm going to copy all these over. Basically, I think it would be best to remove alignment property from here. Then I'll push that into OBX observable. So basically remove that. So this goes out. It's still showing up. What's boolean, which is reply comments. I'm going to set that to false. So we're doing something wrong here. So right here, if this reply comment is equals to, if it's equals to false, not sure an empty container. Yeah, let's try this one more time again. Hopefully we're able to solve this. Okay, that's not showing up. Okay, that's working. Let's fix some stuff over there. So right now we actually set this to be false. So reply comments, we set that to be false. And in here, I'm going to say something like, okay, if index we didn't use that anywhere else in our code, so basically I should set this to say, okay, reply comment dot value start being true. Oops. Back in here, there we go. And then right here we're going to just set it to be false. Head on. Okay, let's head over and try that out. So head over here, because this will already trigger whenever we tap on any of these. So if we head over and tap, let's say we tapped on this, so we see it's showing up here. But for some reason we are messing some stuff up because this shouldn't be here. It should be down below here. So once we change that, so replace whatever is in here with the one we just copied. So that's it. If you tap over here, it goes off. If you tap on any of these, comes on, tap, it goes off. Then let's tap another user. You see, replying to Daria Helenko, and tap another user with different name. You see, replying to Natalia Ogneva. So that's the functionality we are looking for. So you tap on this, it goes off. And with that being achieved right now, so we want to be able to only reply to that user, reply to that particular comment that we tapped on. So let's try this. So we're going to reply to this particular last comment. So another thing we have to do is whenever we cancel comment reply, we want to set when we set this to false, we also want to set this to be actually empty at the moment. So it should be empty. And then what we could do is to say over here, when we are trying to add comments, so if auth controller is not empty, and we are going to use another statement, and we're going to use another if statement in here, and we could say something like if reply comment author name, so there we go. The value, if it's not empty, go ahead and do that. Else, go ahead and do this one. So to submit a comment, we can actually say db db.subcomment. No, that's not what we're looking for. And what we're actually looking for is to, I'm going to actually close this so nothing shows up here, and it will actually work like this. So I'm going to say database. So first for database, so first for database dot collection, and we're getting to the path of the collection, which is the articles collection. We are going to select that particular article, and we are going to update not longer is comment. We are going to select an article, right? And remember each article, so I'm trying to make sense of this. So remember each article, so this is where we go. Each article has a comment. So comments, so each article has a comment, and each comment in the array has a sub comment. So what we want to do is to get hold of that particular comment and then update its sub comment. So let's think of how we're going to achieve this right now. So we say doc documents dot so we're not getting So it's not a collection, it's not, we are not trying to get rid of any collection in there. And but what we are trying to do is to get update that particular items inside. No, that is. So update comments, right? And since comment is an array, hopefully we get some answer from here, because we are trying to do something that's tricky, updating a nested object inside an array in a Firebase. we are still looking for this. So we could actually use array.union, but that will not actually make sense. So let's try array.union. Let's see if that will make sense without actually causing any issue. So array.union, we are targeting comments. Inside comments, we are targeting this particular comments. Then with the sub comments, update that particular sub comment. See. We already have the author, which is still me. Author ID, dates it was created. Thank you. This is already there in the Firebase. Let's try something. Let's see how that works out first. So we're trying to reply to this last comment right here, and so I'm trying to reply to the last comments that we have right here. Close this off. So still this. So there's the last comment that says "Help me, please," and it has these sub comments inside. So we already have the name, the date. So let's copy the date out again. Just trying to test something out. Okay, it's the date and the picture, which is also my picture and which we applied. Then the sub comment. So we're going to use field.value array union. So the comment test will actually be "Help me, please." Head over here. So there we go. No, let me see. Okay, yeah, there we go. So because this is inside here, and the author of the comments is basically reply comment author name, not that. So the author of the comment will actually be the present user, which is still me. Use that in there, or let's say unknown, and then author ID. Okay, Firebase user. Firebase user the ID UID, dates, yeah, the date, picture, yeah, okay, and then test will be comment controller.test. We are going to try this out and see how this works. Probably we get our comments updated and not deleted and replaced. See, so to change this, for the db sub comment. So db sub comment. Okay, so db sub comment, that's what I'm going to replace. And yeah, so let's go ahead and test run this. Yeah, just cross checking to make sure everything is correct. Yeah, without array union sub comments. Okay, so basically what we are actually to expect here is that we already have the seventh one, so this seventh one should be updated and not add one more to the comment sections. So if you go ahead and save this, okay, we're having an issue. Okay, we scroll up again. So there we go. And try this. So open up this, um, you know, open up and say, wait. Okay, that's not working at the moment. Close that. Um, okay, tap out and then tap on this again. But basically, that should be on the answer. And okay, yeah, tap on this again. So replying to Kevin's comment, and inside I'm going to say that's good. And over here is just send. Oh, we say the device lost connection. Looks like something really bad happened. Let's try doing that again. Not this again. Yeah, here we are. Try this again. So what's going on? So for some reason, our app is actually crashing. So reply comment author name dot value is not empty. If it's not empty, go ahead and do this. Else, let's go ahead and run this code. Create these sub comments which I did a union. Add this inside it. With test, okay, and then after this, go ahead and add okay, user test, and close this off, which is basically what we're doing here. And then we call firebase db.collection, path article path correction selected article.value.id, update, and then run this as do this. Okay, let's run this code again. Yeah, this um disconnected again, or our app crashing this time around, because we'll be getting that plenty enough for now. So yeah, comments fade away um with this sub comment we created here. Okay. Open this. So there we go. Connection lost again. There's something to program to see what actually going on. Empty array and try doing this one more time again. Setting it back to empty array. Hopefully we can see where this is coming from. Okay, and see if that actually updated from the back end. It didn't update, so it still remains the same. Nothing actually updated, so it wasn't able to update the test of this comment. Or was it because we had coded it? Okay, we had coded it. Okay, okay, so we had coded the test in there. um so there we go. Articles, scroll down to the sixth one. So sub comment, not sub comment, that should be log. Opening to the seventh one, we could actually see nothing will change. It's still the same comment that was added. And even if you go back and update this again, so it's still the same comment, nothing was changed in it. Even the sub comment is still empty. Say sent. You could see nothing, no article. You could see no article was actually added here, and still 7 remains the same. So nothing was actually added inside. But let's see if we can actually hard code something in our code here. So let's say in here for the 7th, and we kind of like add an object here, and we could call that article name to be author. Say that to be something like unknown. But now we're just testing something out to see what's going on here. Okay, yeah, see. So go ahead and save this. Save that. Head over again and type anything, send that. And if you should go out to our back end, okay, that actually added another new article with a sub comment, which is not what we are looking for. We are trying to update this particular article at this number here with the same comment, but we are getting something different. So guys, it looks like we'll be calling it a day right here, a day today here. We're hoping to start tomorrow trying to fix this up. So I'm going to look into this on my own and see what we're actually doing wrong, because I'm kind of like a bit trying to wrap my head on it and see what we're actually doing wrong here. So I'll go ahead and look into this tomorrow, probably start with this, because right now we are actually at the end of this section of creating the articles, whereby we are able to submit a comment, but we are not able to actually add a comment as a sub comment to the other comments that have been added. So that's what we are trying to fix up, and we'll be doing that tomorrow. Yeah, so we'll be looking into this and see why this is not happening for us and what we could actually do to fix that. And after that, we could actually complete is there anything that we need to do here? I don't think so, but if there's something that we need to do, yes, we'll go ahead and complete that and call it then we could call it we could say that we are done with this articles section, and we could hope over to start working on the profile screen. But I was thinking of doing that today, completing the article section today, but looks like we can't complete it today because we have been going through some errors and I can't even think of how to fix that. So I need to go back and kind of like rethink and do some research and see what we're doing wrong and what we are doing wrong and what's going on, and come back again in our next stream to fix that up. But once we fix that up, we could just go straight to this section and start working on this. Hopefully this shouldn't take us time because this mostly will be updating the user details on the back end. So just create the UI, update the user details, that's all. and then it will be this section, and lastly this and this. So the remaining part of the app will not actually take us time, like compared to what the article section is actually doing right now. So see you guys tomorrow, and we will continue from where we stopped today. So kind of like round this up, and yeah, thank you guys for everyone that joined. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, and that will keep me going, and with knowing that you guys are behind me and you guys like what I'm doing and the content I'm producing. So I'll keep on have the energy to keep produce more and be there for you guys and support you guys. Thank you guys. We also should support each other, and that's what the community is all about. Yeah, thank you. Have a nice day.